What's up, guys? This is Francisco with Covenant Dispatch LLC, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, if this is your first time visiting our channel, first of all, hopefully you like our content, and certainly hopefully you like this video here. But do me a favor, if this is your first time, right under this video, hit that subscribe button. Right next to that subscribe button, hit that like button so that this video can reach a more broader audience and help those looking for this kind of information. And then lastly, hit that notification bell. That way you can be alerted for whenever we post future videos, whenever we go live and things like that. So guys, I want to jump right into this video because I definitely don't want to be long-winded. So in my last video, and even in the video before that maybe, I talked about how I want to start to make more diverse content when it comes to general trucking. So we talk mostly about freight dispatch and box trucking, and we do talk about general trucking topics, but something that I wanted to start is a series, and I'm gonna start labeling and numbering them, episode 1, episode 2, so on and so forth, where we do reactions to either articles or news, trucking news, things that happen in the trucking industry that hit the news networks, and I want to start making reaction videos in a way. So we'll start this off with episode number 1, and I actually, as you can see in the title already, want to talk about 3 reasons why I believe fully autonomous, if I'm saying that right, if I'm not, correct me in the comments, fully autonomous self-driving trucks. And I have my notes off here to the left, so I want to breeze through this really quick before I go into the 3 reasons why I believe fully autonomous self-driving semi-trucks will not be something that will happen in the near future, although it may happen sometime in the future. I don't see it happening. I definitely don't foresee it happening in the next 10 years. But again, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Again, I want to see you guys put your comments in the thoughts in the comment section below. I'm not a know-it-all, and I love to hear different people's perspectives. But let me give you 3 solid reasons why, and I think I have some good reasons why I believe it's not something possible, not possible, but not doable in the near future. So before I do that, this is what kind of actually provoked me to make this video, and it's an article that FreightWaves released. And I'll put it here on the video for you guys to look at it, probably somewhere in this section right here. The title of the article is actually called, let me scroll up to the top here really quick. It's called Torque Tackles Beyond the Truck Autonomous Issues. And then it says Daimler subsidiary working with carriers to address roles, routes, and making the business case. So in other words, some truck tech company that's wanting to put self-driving trucks out there and just kind of talking about their opinions on it and stuff like that. But the opening statement of the article says, how will the personas of dispatchers, maintenance technicians, and roadside assistants change as autonomous trucks arrive? Torque Robotics is working with major fleets to find out. I'm not going to read the rest of the article, but I'll put the article somewhere up here so you can see the visual of it, and then I'll put it in the comments section, or actually in the description under this video right here, so you guys can read the full article to get full context of, you know, what I'm even talking about. But really quick, guys, I want to give you 3 reasons why I don't think this thing's going to work out. So this guy who is now the CEO of this company, I think they're again called Torque, or if I'm saying that right, I don't know. But they're looking to basically convince companies, investors maybe, and even the public as to why they believe self-driving big rigs, semi-trucks should be something in the future, and why we should invest in it and stuff like that. So 3 reasons why I believe that's just not doable, not possible, at least not anytime now or soon in the future. Number 1 reasons why I don't see this thing happening is safety. So they haven't even allowed for self-driving cars, much less self-driving big rig semi-trucks. And honestly, I feel like the risk far outweighs the reward when it comes to this, you know, self-driving trucks idea, you know, being put out there. And here, let me say this too as a disclaimer. I understand that in every industry, whether it's science, law, you know, there's always breakthroughs that lead us into the next generation of how things are done. And so I do see this being a foreseeable thing, something in the future. I just don't see it happening in our generation. I don't think we have the capacity for it yet. But let me keep going. That's just a disclaimer. Like, I'm not I don't want to discourage or even put down people who are innovative like that and they want to see this be in the future. Maybe you're in the tech field and this is something that you are excited about and you want to see it. I'm not discouraging you. I just giving you my opinion. So I think the risk far outweighs the reward. although you're saving money and time, I think it's just not. It shouldn't be at the expense of people's livelihoods. It shouldn't be at the expense of putting at people in danger, pedestrians and stuff like that. Just imagine like you go to grab some coffee and you're going across the street and you get, ran over by a self-driving, semi truck. I mean, that'd be crazy, right? But anyways, now an Uber driver, I think it was last year, towards the end of last year, it could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But an Uber driver was on their phone in Tempe, Arizona, and ran over a pedestrian. And this is a self-driving Uber car with a person in the car, and they ran someone over. That's detrimental. So imagine how much damage a self-driving big rig semi truck can do. So number one, safety. Number two, reason why I don't think we're gonna see fully autonomous self-driving big rigs trucks in the near future is regulations. So as of now, and again, at the time that I make this video and to the time you see it, it may have changed significantly or maybe slightly. As of now, there's only 27 states that even allow for there to be the testing of self-driving vehicles, whether it's cars or trucks. 27. Mind you, there's 50 states, not including, of course, Alaska and Hawaii when we're talking about interstate commerce. There are 27 states out of the 50 that have approved it. So we only got a little bit over halfway through to convincing some of the other states to allow it. And most of these states have a lot of different variables that, go into some of the different regulations they have. And a lot of them still want a driver in the car, or the vehicle, the truck, even though it's self-driving. So the other thing here too that I wanted to point out is that, trucking companies need flexibility when they're crossing state lines. So if you start a for-hire, you open up, you get your US DOT number, your MC number, you have your operating authority, and you're ready to start in the trucking industry, you need the flexibility of being able to haul freight. Let's say you mostly operate out of Pennsylvania, but you start a for-hire interstate company just because, what you haul may cause you to cross state lines at one point. And let's say Pennsylvania allows for self-driving. I'm just speaking hypothetically. Pennsylvania allows for self-driving trucks. Ohio doesn't. But you need to cross state lines to go pick it up. That's going to interfere with your revenue and your money flow. And again, I could be just thinking too far ahead. But guys, these are things to consider. Regulations are going to be big. And trucking companies need that flexibility to be able to operate. So you got to understand too, the trucking industry is already a tightly regulated industry. So to add that, there's so many things that still need to be worked out. And I believe that's going to be the toughest part is regulations. So that's number two. Number one was safety. Number two was regulations. Number three kind of ties into the second point, which is regulations a little bit. And that's insurance. Guys, just imagine what your policies would look like if you have a self-driving big rig. Just really think about that. Now, of course, this is something that we wouldn't know until the day comes, and I'm sure people on here might say, oh, well, Francisco, you didn't know this, that. Everybody's going to have their own opinions, but just imagine that, what the insurance premiums will look like or policies with a self-driving truck. And I also wanted to let me just keep going. The other thing you want to consider is FMCSA regulations. How are they going to regulate? What kind of coverages are they going to want? Are they going to raise them, or how does that work? So I guess we have to wait till that time comes. But these are just things that I consider and think about. And again, the trucking industry is already a tightly regulated and a tight margin industry. So you got all this overhead. There's still room to make money. There's still room to make a profit margin. But if you're squeezing that margin by adding things like high premiums and all this kinds of stuff, it's just adding more problem to an already problematic industry. So that's another thing I'm thinking about. Insurance, right? My opinion. I mean, look what New Jersey did. They upped it from $1 million to $1.5 million for your liability, and that goes for all trucks, I believe, that travel through New Jersey. So just imagine what a self-driving truck would do. So, guys, these are just my opinions. Something that in conclusion, here's what I'll say. Trucking companies, right? I mean, fully autonomous. If I'm saying that, I hope I'm saying that word right. But self-driving big rigs. I'm not against the idea. I'm not against maybe adding more features to a big rig to make it a little bit more simpler for a truck driver. But I absolutely think that a driver should still be in the vehicle. So this idea that in the future there's going to be trucks with no and you look at a company like UPS that, or not UPS, man, what's the name of the company? Uber Freight, that they put out this. What's the name of it? Schedule system consortium, where they're trying to create a standard for this API technology that helps you automate your scheduling and stuff like that. Look, all that stuff sounds good, but you still need someone to regulate it. Even if it's sitting on autopilot, you need someone to regulate it and tweak it or fix it if something goes wrong. And so, I'm all for maybe adding more features, but I just don't see it happening in the near future. I look at I have a cross sport, a Volkswagen Atlas, right? And one of the features is lane assistance. So, when you're driving, it keeps you within the lanes, right? And sometimes I play with it just to, I don't know, out of curiosity. The one time I went to go get off on an exit, and literally my lane assist would not let me get off onto the next exit, right? So I'm here fighting with the steering wheel. And so, and I look at stuff like that, and I'm just like, these features that are added to a car, much less a big rig, they're great, but I don't know. I'm not in favor for them. I'm not too much in favor. A truck driver doesn't have much to do but sit in a truck and move a wheel. And I'm not, degrading truck drivers. I love truck drivers. But if you want to ease your job, which is just sitting there and driving and shifting gears or whatever, what's really the point? It saves time, sure, maybe, money. But for old school truckers, they don't care. Look, they're fine and content with getting in a truck and driving. So it's more so for the big companies, tech companies, investors, people who just want to make a quick dollar, not at the expense of people's livelihoods, in my opinion. But guys, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section. There's so many things I want to, say more, but I don't want this video to be super long-winded. We do trainings. We offer trainings. We offer consultations to help start trucking companies, all that good stuff, guys. You can find the link in the description under this video or visit our website, onestoptruckinghub.com. We help you start an at-home freight dispatch company. We also have that available in our freight dispatch blueprint package, which I'll probably put somewhere here so you can check it out and see. Guys, if you have any other questions, shoot us an email. Let us know what you guys think. I can't wait to see your guys' comments. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.